Welcome YouTubers and football fans to Smart Remarks. I'm your host, Mark Impress Preston. My objective, I'm going to give you my unbiased and hopefully entertaining opinion about this NFL season 2012 to 2013 and hopefully get a chance to do some interacting with all of you fans out there. So thank you for watching and let's get this show kicked off. Okay, first thing we're going to do is go into my picks in the NFC. So, if you happen to root for the Washington Redskins, Minnesota Vikings, St. Louis Rams, the Arizona Cardinals, you might as well just kill yourselves right now because your teams have no chance in my opinion. So, you might want to just put some cotton in your ears or just not even pay attention or hate on me if you think your team's going to do that good. But going to the NFC East, Super Bowl champion Giants, I have them winning the division. They have Eli, Cruz. They have enough on defense, so I think they'll take the division. Also, I see the Eagles doing really good coming out of that division as well. They got a lot of weapons if Vic stays healthy. I think the Eagles can do a lot better. Moving on to the NFC South, which every team in this division has a good quarterback. I like Josh Freeman, Cam Newton, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan. Unfortunately, when it comes down to it, I think the Falcons getting Asante Samuel to help their defense, and with Julio Jones, with Gonzalez, with Roddy White, I think the Falcons are going to take that division as well. And the NFC North, which has three really great teams in the Detroit Lions with that offense with Calvin Johnson, Matt Stafford, their defensive line. You have the Bears with Jay Cutler, Brandon Marshall, strong defense, and you have the best quarterback in football in Aaron Rodgers leading that Green Bay Pack offense. I really like the Bears, not to win that division, but they'll be in the playoffs, and I still think the Packers narrowly win out that division, which unfortunately leaves Detroit out of that playoff picture, and I think the Niners, go through a cakewalk in their division. Seattle's going to be respectable with Wilson being the quarterback out there, but that defense is too tough. So, out of all the teams that I think that are going to make the playoffs in the NFC, so I have the Giants, Eagles, 49ers, Falcons, Bears, Packers. Look for the 49ers to be representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. Okay, my picks for the AFC. Once again, if you're fans of these teams, be prepared to hate because I don't like them at all. If you like the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins, so that pretty much tells you what I'm going to say about the AFC East. The Colts, the Jaguars, Cleveland Browns, don't like them either. So that pretty much covers the AFC East because the Patriots are going to have the easiest time winning their division in the AFC East. Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, enough said. Going to go on to the AFC South. I do like Jake Locker at quarterback for the Titans, but I just don't think the Titans have enough to beat the Houston Texans, which are a really strong football team with that defense, with that run game, Matt Schaub, Andre Johnson. Very, very strong team in the AFC. Now we're going to move on to the AFC North, which I think is definitely one of the toughest divisions in football. Look at Mike Tomlin, what a great coach he is, with Ben Roethlisberger as a quarterback, that tough Steelers defense. The Bengals being a playoff team from last year. Andy Dalton, AJ Green, that's a great team. But I really, really like the Baltimore Ravens to come out of that division. Even if Terrell Suggs may not play at all or play a little bit this season, still got Ed Reed, still got Ray Lewis, Joe Flacco. It's a lot better than what people give him credit for, and I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong this year. So I like the Ravens to win that division. And as a wild card, I'm going to go with the Bengals because they're a little bit healthier than the Steelers right now. So I like the Bengals actually to get back to the playoffs. And moving on to the toughest division to pick, because a lot of these teams are pretty much mediocre and neck out here in the AFC West, with the Chargers, who always get off to a bad start, the Raiders, who always are a mess but have a lot of talent on that team with Carson Palmer at quarterback. You have the the Kansas City Chiefs, who I like actually as a sleeper pick to make the wild card. Romeo Crennel, great head coach. I think he's going to do a great job out there. I like their three-headed, running attack with Peyton Hillis, Jamal Charles coming back off the injury, and Dexter McCluster as well. I think the Chiefs are going to surprise people. And obviously, the Broncos have Peyton Manning, which I think will be enough to sort of get them into the playoffs. So, sort of recap who I have in the playoffs here. I have the Patriots, I have the Ravens, Bengals, Houston Texans, as well as the Denver Broncos and Kansas City Chiefs. And who I think is going to come out the AFCs, honestly, I think it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens. So, in your Super Bowl, you'll have Coach Harbaugh of the Ravens versus his brother, Coach Harbaugh of the 49ers, in a classic slobber knocker of a Super Bowl, which I think the Ravens will actually take that in a very close, tight defensive game, which will be nice because you have, Ed Reed and Ray Lewis getting Super Bowl rings. Ray for the second time, Ed for the first. And if they both decide to leave the game, you're looking at two Hall of Famers leaving at the top of their games with championships. It's like a fairy tale. Now here's your chance to get involved with the show. We have two interactive segments, one called Mark Men and another called Question Mark. Pretty much the idea behind this is if you see someone or something that you like or don't like, or have a general question for me, you can @ me on Twitter at SmartRemarkHost, and we'll try to include it on the next episode. Also, for all you fantasy football players out there, I'm issuing a challenge to you on ESPN Pigskin Pick'em Fantasy League Smart Remarks. If you win my Pigskin Pick'em Fantasy League, courtesy of Smart Remarks, I will present the winner with a Ciroc Vodka gift package, absolutely free, no cost to you. I'm putting my reputation and my money where my mouth is. So thank you for watching Smart Remarks. We're going to take a knee here. Stay tuned next week's episode after the opening week in this NFL season.